It's time for the Coach's Corner Show, presented by Big Z Sports with WJER. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Williams Floorcoverings, Wood Electric, and Sugar Valley Meats.
Another week of the Coach's Corner with Big Z Sports and WJER. Happy to be joined by Quaker head coach Mike Johnson. Coach, another big win for your team. Obviously, you'll take a W any way you can get it. But what were some of the highlights as far as what you thought about that game from your and the coaching staff's perspective?
I mean, we're really excited the way we came out and started fast. I thought our defense, they hit a couple of plays on us for a little bit of yards, and then Caleb Carlisle gets the big interception return for a touchdown. Very next possession, Jackson Rice, the very next defensive play, we have 10 guys swarming the ball. Play after that, Jackson Rice ends up tipping it to himself and takes it in for a touchdown. And then the following drive, Braxton Norris gets a pick and puts us in good position. So by the time we ran two offensive plays, we were up 21-0. And just to start with that kind of intensity and excitement on homecoming weekend was just, it was awesome. And we're really excited for our kids and for them to come out and play with that energy.
Coach, how important is the momentum in that situation? You hear broadcasters and fans talk a lot about Mo, but is it really as important as people talk about?
I think so. I think it is, because good things usually lead to more good things. That's what complimentary football is. And I thought last week and this week, the last two weeks where we had a lot of success, we played great complimentary football with it, with special teams, defense to offense, and just we were fluid with that, and our kids were able to put the ball in the end zone and keep the other teams away from the end zone.
He is New Philadelphia head coach Mike Johnson in his fifth year guiding this program. His team winners in back-to-back weeks, knocking off Mansfield Senior and Lindsley from West Virginia a week ago. And now something a little bit different on the Coach's Corner. I mean, it is essentially his show, hence the name Coach's Corner. You're going to ask me a question, Coach.
That's right. Well, I've been thinking about this, Bill. I know the prep that we do. I know what a week looks like for a coach or for a player. What does a week look like for you? Because it's a Tuesday, we come and we talk a little football. How do you prep for a Friday night broadcast?
Well, one of the things I tell at least the younger broadcasters, Micah, and fans, if they ask, honestly, they don't really care too much. But our job, I think, is about 80% preparation, 20% game night, because if we don't know what's going on with your team, maybe a guy got banged up, we need to know that before the game starts. We need to know what your stats are, how things are going along those lines, but especially with the opponent, if we don't know or do a deep dive on what Madison's like before Friday night at 6:45, we're in a lot of trouble. So I think it's 80% prep, our job, and about the 20% what people hear or see on our video stream. Now, I mentioned Madison. What do you know about them as you get ready for Friday night?
Well, we've watched a good bit of film on them, and they are they play physical. They like to run the ball. The quarterback runs the ball extremely well. They like the trap. They have a couple running backs who have done good things for them. Kind of one kid who's more of a bruiser. So I know we're going to have to bring our feet when we come to tackle these guys and just disrupt their timing when they do go to the pass game. That's something that's just got to be a priority for us. And then defensively, they play a four-man front, and they'll mix up some coverages. So we just are going to have to be on time in the pass game and really come off the ball well to match their physicality and exceed their physicality.
Coach, when we talk about big play potential, obviously we saw it right at the beginning of your game last week. CJ picked, and I think we had it at 89 yards on the pick six. When that's going on, however long that takes in actual game clock time, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 seconds, are you coaching while that's going on, or are you cheering, pumping the fist on the sideline, hoping that CJ can take it to the house?
A little bit of both, and then there's also on a play that's that long, you're also kind of trailing, looking for any laundry, ensuring our guys didn't, you're looking to make sure nobody did anything silly, because sometimes when you see those plays transition from defense to offense that fast, bad things can happen. So there's times where it's a lot of cheering. There's times where it's you're watching, just trying to see how everybody's blocks are lining up and what the guys are doing. But it's kind of a mix.
Coach, we appreciate your time, and you did a lot better job asking me a question than I think I did answering it. I'm a little bit concerned for my job security at this point.
I think you're going to be fine unless that Jarvis guy really picks up his game.
Wow. Josh, you know what? Here's a secret. he's off this week, so maybe he's studying, maybe he's
he's prepping
for week
yeah.
number 8. So
He
we'll
might
have
be.
to wait and find out Josh Jarvis. Coming up, we'll take you more on the pregame show. You've been joining us on the Coach's Corner with head coach Mike Johnson from Big Z Sports and the sports voice of the Valley.
Thanks for joining us for the Coach's Corner Show, presented by Big Z Sports with WJER. Coach's Corner was brought to you by Wood Electric, Sugar Valley Meats, and Williams Floorcoverings.